Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. There's no website that I saw for this, by the way, even though I keep looking for whatever reason. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. There is a website for this, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. So if you want to search out any of that, there that is. Okay, what do we have for Scorpio? We got like a, that's, why is there so much dumping out at once? What's up with that? Well, I'll leave them there. We'll roll with it. It's all face down, like they just kind of slid out, so. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. The Extremes card flew out. That flew out also when I was shuffling, so something with extremes. Let's keep that in mind as we keep going forward. I apologize if you can hear him. I just took him out, so he's okay. He's just doesn't like it when I pay attention to things other than him. So he's okay. I just know he sounds very distressing. Sometimes it's like, what, dude, what? Starting off with this, you've got the Empress, Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands. You're in control of this. Now, you may be like literally a worker bee in a work situation, or you're just like a piece of the puzzle. Yet, I'm getting like, you know how to implement what you can do at the right time to kind of angle things best for you. Scorpio reminds me of that energy, kind of like you guys can get a lot done and be very quick about it. But if it's necessary, you know how to divide up your time the right way to get things done in a way to where people may not realize how far you are along, and they might think they're waiting on you, but basically you're strategizing and doing things as you need to. And then when the time comes, bam, you got everything right in place. I feel like it's hard for people to really understand Scorpio, especially if you're planning something, because you have a lot of different ways of handling things, and you know where you are in different aspects of a situation, but it may be very hard for somebody who's not also a Scorpio to really see how you're doing it. So they might not realize the organization, like it may seem very random, but I feel like you know what you got done. I do have a Scorpio friend who says sometimes he gets things done and even he doesn't know how he did it. But even though that energy is kind of like, even if you don't see every intricate piece of it, you know that you have it under control. It's kind of like that. You have the confidence, you know it will happen when it needs to happen, and you're holding back on certain things for a strategic reason at certain times, but it's probably not completely. It's like you may have something partially done, and you're waiting to finish it off until something else has gone into the right place where it works better for you. Now, certain people have a hard time with you when they want to control a situation, yet they can't control you. Because I'm getting there might be some challenges there with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Kind of like the situation is good, but they don't feel like they have control of it because they can't control you. Which I would say to that person, well, you're never going to control the Scorpio. It's just, that's never going to happen. That's one of those signs that's never going to go for that. It's just, even if they wanted to, they still couldn't do it. Even if you wanted to let somebody control you, it's just not there. It's just not going to happen. It's just you're just one of those signs, like you and a couple others I can think of off the top of my head. They can try to control you. It's just, even if you wanted to let them do it, it still wouldn't happen. It still wouldn't work. And I feel like somebody's upset with you. Even though you're doing what you need to get done, you are a good part of the puzzle. The thing is, they can't control you, and they hate that. They hate that. I almost feel like they almost try to get rid of you every now and then, or they try to move you on to a different part of the situation. Yet at the same time, even though this is the Fool card, I feel like they need to have you around. So I feel like they're constantly trying to replace you. Do they not realize how important you are to this situation? Is that what we're talking about? Because I feel like they're constantly trying to replace you, but they never seem to do it. I really do feel like they don't really understand how important you are to the situation. Because I'm getting this, when I'm seeing the rose in the fool's hand here, it's like, you know how roses have prickers? I feel like it's stuck to the fool's hand, and they're trying to throw it away, but they can't, because literally if they did, they would be missing out, and they'd really have problems. I don't know if I can make this show up better. Maybe not. Why are they? I feel like they're trying to get rid of you, but they can't. And I feel like what happens is, like, things get behind, seemingly. They can't get what they want, then all of a sudden you pull through and everything goes where it's supposed to be. You were waiting for the right moment that was right for you. You didn't show up to get used. You showed up to be an intricate part, but you're not going to get used. Like, you'll do your part and you'll share equally. You'll give credit where credit's due. You'll give your fair share out when necessary, but you didn't just come here to be made sport of. That wasn't going to happen either. Nope. So when it was the right time, you moved forward with what you needed to. It says the unexpected. I don't think that's as unexpected for you as it is for the situation where this person who keeps trying to get rid of you, they think, I don't know, when push comes to shove, you're the reason things go right. Because they have this dominant energy and this passive energy at the same time. They have it's the page and the king, but it's basically saying a very forward energy, a very receptive energy. And they do both, because when push comes to shove, you're the one that makes it work out. You're the one. And it's weird because it's unexpected to them. It's not unexpected to you. I don't think it's unexpected to you at all. You know what you're doing. To the level of, like, I'll get it done when I need to get done. I will address that maybe you got things under control, but maybe you're not, like, you don't have it all written down and in categories to where, oh yeah, I did this, oh yeah, I did that. But you basically have it under control. Like, you have that confidence of the control. Now, they have the Wheel of Fortune on their side then going into this Knight of Cups. Because you pull through for them. And they like that. I don't trust this energy. I feel like they're warning you about this. I don't trust this energy. This seems to be very fickle. And I don't feel it very stable. I don't feel like it's truly your friend. It's not an ally. It's weird, because I don't think you see it. Like, because it's almost like when you're dealing with somebody in a corporate setting, and it seems like every now and then things get a little awkward, but then when things go well, they're all about you, and they love you, and everything's great. But every now and then things get awkward. Because I'm getting, especially with Scorpio, you're feeling it. You know that something isn't right here. Because I feel like they're working against you. When you have that awkward feeling, like something just doesn't feel right, I feel like they're working against you until you make things go right, and then they're all for you. This is not an ally. I know that the Prince of Cups is here, but the Wheel of Fortune is the reason. Because it's kind of like, well, when they feel it serves them, then they're all your buddy. But when that wheel turns, so doesn't this energy turn. And then they're all against you. So just be aware of that. In this moment where you pull things through this way, you're protected. You are protected, and I get that. And you're getting a lot of accolades. You get your fair share out of it. It does balance out right. You get what you want from it. You made sure it turned out that way, though. Remember that. Don't forget that. I don't think you're going to forget it, but, like, this is what this whole thing hinges on. You wouldn't have got your fair share if you didn't make sure you did. If you just left it up to this other person, they don't care. They don't care at all. Not even a little. And you can see that with other people. Because I feel like they screw over other people all the time. All the time. And to you, that's flat out obvious. When this next time that happens, they got this coming in. Like, you need to see this person, like, they're not really anybody's ally. That's the weird thing. This is kind of like a dog-eat-dog person. Kind of like whatever the situation is, they just do. It's kind of like the ends justify the means energy. Like, they don't care how they get what they want as long as they get what they want. I'm not really a big fan of that. I don't think, like, life is about the journey, not the destination, if you know what I mean. But they view it reverse. Like, as long as they get where they want to get, they don't care how they got there, who they stepped on, who they hurt to do it. Because I feel like the more you see this, the more you're going to realize I have to fix my connection with this whole situation. That person is not good for anybody. I don't know if you're just going to move on. Are you going to move on? Because I feel like the longer this goes, the worse it gets. Because this person, they're going to pull you into something. They're going to try to get you to be part of something with them. And they're going to make it look really good for you. Like, hey, Scorpio, I know you want that over there. I can help you get that if you help me with this. And I don't know, like a Scorpio clearly is strong. I don't think anybody who understands astrology anyway, let's do that, would argue that Scorpio is strong. Scorpio is strong. Just there's no arguing that in my opinion. But you got to see, like you got to see it. You have to see it. And sometimes I feel like, especially water signs, we give people a chance and maybe we shouldn't. I think even Scorpio does that. Yeah, you're strong, but you still have a heart. And sometimes you give people a chance and I feel like maybe they don't deserve it. They really don't. And it's kind of like this last situation, like, well, it shook out well in the end last time. I don't know. I just don't feel like you should give this person a chance. Be careful. I really am worried about this for some reason. Because I know you're strong and you can handle it, but sometimes the strength of Scorpio is getting yourself out of a mess. And I feel like this person's going to drag you into something that it's going to be messed up. And when it goes wrong, they're going to have all the fingers pointing like, well, the Scorpio did everything. In fact, this whole thing was Scorpio's idea. And you're like, what? Yep, it was. Don't lie. You know it was. And you're like, no, you brought this opportunity to me. No, that's not how that worked. I feel like that's this person. Be careful. Because I don't think that's a normal thing. Like, that's, I think, why we're saying be careful with this, because I don't think they've shown that level of dissent yet, but they're definitely capable of it. And they're trying to say, maybe you need to see this person a little clearer, because I feel like, yes, you are strong. Yes, you'll make it through it if you decide to do it. But why drag yourself through the briar patch of swampy nastiness, if you don't have to? Like, think of a briar patch in the middle of a swamp. It's cold, you're tired, you're hungry, and it's taking you 10 days to get through that thing, and you didn't have to do it. Like, why do that to yourself if you didn't have to do it? You know what I'm saying? That's what yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you have the strength to do it. But why? Like, you don't deserve that. Why do that to yourself? Because they're warning you. You have the strength to do it, but don't do this just because you can make it. Because it's just, you don't deserve that. Just because you have the strength to make it through doesn't mean you should have to do it anyway. You know what I mean? You don't have anything to prove to anybody, especially yourself. You already know you can do this, but like they're warning with the extremes and the strength card. Like don't do this with this person. No matter how good this opportunity looks, they're like, that this person isn't really trustworthy. And just because you can survive it, doesn't mean you should put yourself through that hell. Don't do it. Because what I'm seeing going on here is you have a choice. You have a choice, and once you make that choice, it'll stick. So if this person says, hey, Scorpio, come on, I want you to do this with me, yeah. And it seems a little bit off center there. It doesn't seem quite right. If you say no to this person, I feel like they're just gonna kind of blow you off after this and just kind of like discount you and walk away from you. You probably won't get any more opportunities from them. But this is a weasel, is what I'm getting. I don't like them. I don't like who this person is, whatever gender, whoever they are. When it comes to you directly, they don't care about you at all. They just want to use you. So if they don't give you any more opportunities, that's not the type of person you want to do things with anyway. Let them go. Let them leave. Trust that you're making the right decision. Trust is going to be a thing here either way. If you get into it, you're going to have to prove that you're trustworthy, which is really going to be aggravating. If you say no to it, you just got to trust. You'll find out. See, the trust will be built anyway, because if you won't, somebody else will. And you're going to watch them go through that horrible situation instead of you. That's their problem. If that's somebody else's problem, that's somebody else's problem. We all have our own lessons to learn. If they ask for your advice, you can give your 2 cents and be like, well, I wouldn't, because I don't know what's up with that person, but I don't trust them. But if they have to make their own decision, they have to make their own decision. I wouldn't. I think that's the thing. Like, I think they keep saying that. Like, yeah, you can make it through it. You definitely have the strength for it. Just don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself. All right, are we done? Okay, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to leave a donation, that information is below as well. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.